Hello. I've often talked about us or people being born with a temperament. What does that mean? That as small as a baby is, you can know that this baby is either a sanguine, a choleric, a melancholy, or a phlegmatic baby. So how do I identify a baby's temperament? Let's take the sanguine baby. The child is sucking. Anybody passes, they will move their mouth from the breast milk. They look at the person, they'll smile, they put their mouth back in the breast milk. They constantly get distracted like that. They are playing, their legs are up. So that's already an indication of somebody who moves the breast milk, raises his eyes, look at everybody around, anybody is passing, and smile. That's what is a sign of he communicates with people and he builds relationship with the people. So you can already see the two strongest gifts of every sanguine, the ability. When people are passing, they are moving the breast and looking at the people and smiling. They are communicating and they are relating with that people. And what is the weakness that you can see from that sanguine baby is that he keeps on moving the breast, sometimes the mother will put back the breast and then the child will come back and look at it, cries, he wants it, and then you give the child the breast. Some other person passes, they get distracted. That is the distraction. They are easily distracted and they are not consistent. So the child doesn't have the consistency to concentrate, finish eating before get distracted. They easily show their weaknesses, what they will do as adults, distraction, and secondly, lack of focus, so they can't concentrate, finish eating, and go away. So you already see the main strength, the main weakness on the child. We go to the choleric baby. The cholerics are independent. As the baby, when you refuse to give them food or you delay and you come, they are so angry that they can even bite the breast. Sometimes you even give them, they refuse to take. They are crying uncontrollable. They are trying to control you. They are telling you that, didn't you see that 3 hours has passed and you've not yet given me breast milk? Should I remind you that you have to come and give me breast after 3 hours? What were you doing? They're trying so hard to control you. And you're holding the breast, they'll move your hand from there and they hold it. They want to be independent. They don't need your help. Remember, they will not need help. As they grow up, they're able to think and decide how the woman should treat them. And the bad attitude of the anger already start portraying as they bite the mother's breast. That's young. You can already feel that this child is struggling with anger and it's a bit rude, and you can see the disrespect for that child and the independent to know when they want something and to make sure it's given to them in that way, and they know how to do it by crying uncontrollable. You can't concentrate. That's a way of pressuring you to do what they want. And the male child, they are analytical, they are deep thinker. Male children, they refuse everybody. That's one of the traits that somebody's male. Melancholies don't make friends easily. So they have to study you and they get used to you before they make friends. So they don't want visitors. If you come to their house, you're a visitor, they will not accept you. The worst case scenario, the male child can even refuse to be carried by the father. They stick on the mother. Once they make friends, they trust you. Just the few people that stick on their parents. And you can see a male child, they're always frowning. They hardly smile. You see their face, you notice that this is one of the weaknesses of a melancholy that's already starting in this child. The ability that they easily get moody. And once you refuse, maybe you delay from breastfeeding, then you come, they will take the breast, but they will grumble. You can feel a child sucking and grumbling. That's part of the feeling so unsatisfied, the low moods, the low self-image of a melancholy. That child doesn't have the courage to refuse outright like the choleric, but they are complaining, they are refusing people, their face is always tight. If they see a visitor, they don't even want to come to the parlor. You can call the child. Once he turns around and say new face, he doesn't want, because they are cautious in making friends. So he doesn't easily just relate with anybody because you came to their house. So that's a melancholy child. And for the phlegmatic babies, you have to remind a baby as the adults when to eat. You have to pressure them. You have to remind them. You can get a flag and put on the cord. They will be there. They will play. In fact, they like comfort. If they are finished bathing and they're on their cord, they just want to be on their own, because they are also They like to be alone and relax alone. So that baby can be there. Sometimes you can even wonder if the baby is still there, and you think that they are sleeping. They are not sleeping. They are just enjoying their own company. They don't complain. Sometimes you have to be like, this child's not eating. You've forgotten that the child's not eating. Because as adult flex will not intentionally hurt people, the baby's flex will not cry unnecessarily. They are peace, they are calm, and you just notice that this baby is so easy going. Hello, and this is a